9 days after Twisha Sharma's death, the mystery and the anguish continue to deepen. Her husband Samarth remains absconding even as police searches intensify. Twisha's parents, meanwhile, have still refused to take custody of her body, insisting that their fight for answers is far from over. Twisha Sharma's family has now moved to the Madhya Pradesh High Court. Family lawyer Ankur Pandey says the plea challenges the anticipatory bail granted to Giribala Singh and once again pushes for a second post-mortem examination. The lawyer has also demanded a detailed probe into the viral audio tape, alleged call records, and the identities of people Giribala Singh allegedly contacted after Twisha's death. Now, this case is no longer just about a suspicious death. It's about disturbing inconsistencies, alleged influence, and unanswered questions. And also, the horrifying possibility that a young woman's cries for help were ignored while she was alive and her dignity destroyed after she died.
Messaged me on the evening of Saturday that I'm trapped, bro, and tu mat fasna, and I'll call you when the time is right. So I asked her what happened, and I'm worried about you. Please to call me. She did not call me, and I got this news on Tuesday after the 3 days of that message. So she was clearly saying that I'm trapped.
Why they submitted the belt, ligature belt, on after the postmortem. So all they want to tamper the evidence.
The mother of the accused, the prime accused there, Mrs. Giribala Singh, is going from one media channel to another, leaving no stone unturned just to defame the deceased.
The emergence of an explosive audio tape has further raised questions on the inhumane treatment meted out to Twisha Sharma. Times Now does not vouch for the authenticity of this audio tape, but in this clip, Twisha's brother is heard confronting Giribala. The conversation, reportedly between Giribala Singh and Major Harshit Sharma, Twisha's brother, appears to reveal a heated exchange about probing questions, allegedly directed at Twisha regarding her past relationships and sexual history shortly before her death. In this recording, Giribala Singh defends, asking Twisha whether she had been with other men, whether she had engaged in relationships for favors, and whether such conduct might continue after marriage. She also claims that promiscuity can become habitual. In fact, this is the same audio tape that Twisha's lawyer once formally investigated. In a series of shocking remarks, Giribala Singh is heard making deeply disturbing claims about Twisha's behavior, pregnancy, and mental state, remarks that are now raising even more questions about the atmosphere inside the household. For more on this, let's go right across to our guest joining us. Priya Malik is a poet, storyteller, and actor. We also have Madhuri Patle, who's Twisha Sharma's friend. I'd like to thank both of you for joining us. And if I can begin with you first, Priya Malik, you know, when you heard, I don't know if you've heard that audio conversation, but it's absolutely horrifying. The kind of questions that the mother-in-law is sharing with the brother of the now deceased Twisha, you know, making all sorts of comments about her habits, you know, talking about her physical promiscuity, saying promiscuity can become a habit. It really, you know, boggles the mind as to what Twisha Sharma would have gone through if this is what her family members are being put forward with.
Absolutely. And, you know, it hurts that this is coming from a woman to another woman. It is 2026 and we are still questioning women's characters based on the number of relationships they have had before marriage. And it hurts to see what this girl would have gone through mentally, physically, emotionally. And it sickens me. I think I'm coming on a news debate after years because I feel compelled to talk about this on national television, that a divorced daughter is better than a dead daughter. अगर आपकी बेटी तलाकशुदा है वो ठीक है, लेकिन आपकी बेटी मरनी नहीं चाहिए. And I think, Madhav, if there's any message that I want to send today, it is this. And I want this to be on TV, in WhatsApp groups. Parents need to talk about it. Sons need to hear it, and daughters need to hear it even more. That no marriage is more valuable than your life. And I think that is that is the crux of this entire Twisha Sharma issue today.
Absolutely. And I think, let me bring in Madhuri as well. Madhuri, at any point of time, were you in touch with Twisha? Did she mention any of this to you? When was your last conversation with Twisha?
So, sir, I was Twisha's friend long back. We met in 2013 and we were friends until 2018. After that, I got married and shifted cities and the career. But she was a dear friend of mine and we spent substantial time together. And what I can say from whatever is happening right now, she was such a bindas, bold, confident girl. And this is to happen to girl like this. Now just think about the girls who don't have confidence and don't even are not even bold, they are not even speaking or saying. And the audio clip which you are talking about, that audio clip itself is a proof for us that if that is being told to her brother without even thinking about her character, just think what could have this lady Giribala must have told or said to her behind those closed doors. And honestly, I think today 90% of the women who are married who are facing problem, they still are coming on, maybe on even on the debate or on the social media. Even they don't have the guts to go out and tell their parents that we are not happy and we don't want to come back, because everyone is looking, thinking about the society. Everybody is thinking about what their parents will think, you know. So this particular audio clip, if we talk about, have she ever asked this question to her son, how many relationship he had? Or did this question come from Twisha's parent to the boy? No, because these are very private questions.
Absolutely.
These are not the questions. Also, you shouldn't even ask such kind of question to anybody.
Absolutely, and certainly one does not expect such questions from their in-laws. But let me bring in Priya on one more aspect. Priya, the kind of things we are told, that she was not watering plants, she was not doing puja, she was schizophrenic, she was taking medication. It's amazing to see the kind of arguments coming in to show that she was not of a normal behavior, or there was something mentally wrong with her. All of this happening after the person is dead is what is the most unfortunate part.
Absolutely. And this attitude of hers, if this is her attitude after Twisha is dead, can you even imagine her attitude when Twisha was alive? If you can malign a dead person, imagine how much harassment can you do to that person when that person is alive. We are talking about a bright, young, educated girl who had her whole life ahead of herself, right? And she has been broken bit by bit by the husband and the mother-in-law. And it amazes me that this girl has cried for help. She has tried to reach out to family, to friends, and none of us have heard her plea. And this is routine, isn't it, Madhav? Ki kisi ki death ho jati hai, then we talk about it, there is outrage, there is a hashtag, and then we forget about it. Then the next time our child tells us ki meri shadi theek nahi hai, we end up saying ki koi baat nahi beta, har shadi aisi hoti hai. That needs to change.
Well, there certainly has to be more sensitivity on all sides, whether the in-laws, whether the spouses, or even one's own family. I think that's the larger message that certainly comes out of it. This is a very, very tragic eye-opener to one of the harshest realities of our society, and certainly we hope that this shows us what really needs to be fixed. I'd like to thank both Priya Malik and Madhuri Patle for joining us. At the moment, in fact, let's switch across to a conversation that I had just a few moments ago with the brother of Twisha. This is Major Harshit. Joining us at the moment is Major Harshit. Major Harshit is, of course, the brother of late Twisha. Thank you so much for speaking to us, Major Harshit, and our condolences for what you have gone through and what your family has gone through. But let me begin by asking you about that audio conversation, the purported conversation between you and Judge Giribala. Can you take us through the circumstances within which this conversation was held? What was the timing of this, and where was this conversation held?
Firstly, thank you for having me here, and thank you for all the support that you've been giving us. You are basically our eyes and ears as of now. And about that audio clip was recorded in the month of April, around 22nd, and this was in Bhopal. Before this audio clip was recorded, Twisha had come to us to Nasirabad. She had a tussle with the husband, Samarth Singh. And she had come to Nasirabad and just revealed the entire ordeal to us as to what has been happening, what she's being continuously being accused of, not just by the husband but by the mother-in-law as well. And during that time, one call had come from Giribala Singh to Twisha and asking her all those things that you have heard in the clip. I was really taken aback by that. Post that, after the 2-day stay in Nasirabad, we had asked her as to what do you want to do. We are here with whatever decision that you take, whether you want to stay with the boy or you want to leave. We are here with your decision. Twisha is a very emotional person. She was trying to save her marriage and give this boy another chance. And chance after chance were being given. So we had gone to Bhopal to reconcile. And during that time, my father had not joined us. So my father had just undergone a angiography. So we had not taken him. I had called my brother from Delhi. And I had taken mother and Twisha along with me in a car. So we reached Bhopal. That is when she said, "Ki Papa idhar nahi hai." So, it is better to record it because these people, they would say certain things and would deny completely after some time. At that time, I could not understand as to why she was doing that, but now I clearly do. And I thank God she did that. This conversation was happening based on, so these two, the couple had gone outside to reconcile. While me, my brother, my mother, Giribala Singh, her sister, and her elder son were there in the room. And that is when I thought, because it was pinching me. So I thought to actually clear it with her as to, what is going inside her head and what kind of thinking does she have. And I started questioning her about that. And I was really taken aback. I thought that she would be apologetic towards it. On the other hand, she was not. And to my surprise, she was trying to defend, because I think that is what she does for a living.
Did you realize at that point of time that this is beyond a normal marital conflict and perhaps has entered the realm of emotional abuse?
At that time, it was really surprising, because at one point, tussles do happen in a marriage. Somewhat, some could be understood, not the ones that these people were having. And when I say these people, it is not just Samarth, it is Giribala Singh herself. Being the mediator, being the elder one in the family of 3. If in a family of 3, one person is cornered and to just bash her around with all those lewd remarks that they've made on her, you can very well understand the understanding and the nature of this woman by the remarks that she's been making for my dead sister. You can very well think, when she was alive, the type of ordeal that she must have gone through. And I wanted to question her. So I asked her, why would you in your sane mind question your pregnant bahu about the legitimacy of the child? Why would you question her of having to climb the social ladder or maybe gain monetary benefit for having intimate relations with people? Is this a normal question to ask? Will you ask it to your daughter? Will you ask it to your son? The remark was made कि हमें बस clear करना है. If she would go out, so what would you do? Your son goes out each day. Would you ask your son about this? Would you ask the same set of questions that you've asked my sister to your son?
Right. And did you ever speak to Twisha about, where this harassment was coming from? Was it from Giribala, or was it with her relationship with Samarth as well? What did she describe to you at that point of time?
The initial conversations were with Samarth, but the fact that Giribala herself joined in, and it is a natural tendency. Matlab, we as sane people would think, if you are getting a new person in your home with whom you are planning to spend your rest of the life with, it is a very big change for that person. She has left everything that she had and come to you with all the devotion and all the love. She needs that support in the very beginning. And that is what I used to tell Samarth. Initially, you have to be very supportive of her. I never thought I would have to have the same conversation with Giribala. Because being a 63-year-old woman, on the grounds of what she has been granted the bail on, I had an understanding that she would understand these things. I am a mere 30-year-old. if I am understanding these things, I can expect better things from her.
Absolutely, absolutely. And you know, the kind of statements that have come in from Giribala saying that she was schizophrenic, she was under medication, she has referred to mental health and all those kind of issues. You know, what do you make of this? Is this just an afterthought? Was she referring to such things even during your conversations or interactions with her at any point of time? What do you make of this?
It was very surprising, the remarks that she had made. It is not a remark of a sane person. She is making remarks like, I don't even want to repeat it, but I do not know. I see her not being a good judge, not being good with the profession that she is in, because she has clearly, cancelled whatever terms of agreement the bail had. So I know for a fact she does not know the law. And for a person who does not know about her own profession to remark on medical grounds and the medical nature of whatever a person has, it is surprising. It is a cry, and I'm happy that she actually made those remarks. It clearly shows her mental state as of now. She's a cornered animal right now. I'm sorry to use these words. I do not want to stoop to her level, but she is behaving like one. She's throwing whatever that she has just to get out of this.
When you're saying she's throwing whatever that she has, is it just the remarks against Twisha? Or do you feel that as a judge, she's also misusing her position? Because the family has complained about delay in FIR. You know, there are certain lapses in the probe, etc., that have been pointed out.
Initially, she tried to, utilize the power that she had. The key position, the chair that was given to her for making righteous decisions, righteous judgments. She is utilizing that in her favor. When that did not work, she's stooping down to this level and calling and making such remarks, such derogatory remarks for my deceased sister. It is unfathomable for me.
Right. And what about Samarth himself? While Giribala says that he has every right, legal right to, do whatever he's doing at this point of time, do you feel the very fact that he's not submitted himself before the investigation shows what his role really is?
It was clearly stated in a public statement that she made to the media that Samarth is exploiting his legal rights. I want to ask Ms. Giribala Singh, are those legal rights only available to a son of a judge? So a person who has not been given bail, who is supposed to be under custody for interrogation and possibly investigation, is absconding. Will you expect the person of whom you have taken the case of and passed the judgment and not granted him bail to do the same and then let him go?
Absolutely. There's also one of your cousins or relatives has also mentioned the fact that this family, there is also a history, of, a similar case having happened with one of the siblings of Samarth. What do you know about that particular case? And have you spoken to the person concerned?
No, we have not, and we have not really questioned her or actually spoke to her. We want to respect certain boundaries that this person has, and that is all.
But many have also questioned, Major Harshit, that when she was sending out these messages, these cries of panic, why did you not take her out of that situation? Because some of those messages are clearly being seen, the WhatsApp messages that have come out in the public domain, as cries for help.
There are certain things that she had said which were definite cry for help. We had spoken to her about this as well. It is not that my family did not used to speak. We used to speak to each other every day. But my sister is a very emotional being. My mother had cancelled the tickets not once but twice. She always stood by the decision that she had taken. She's a strong-headed woman. Samarth was sadly one of them. She had given enough chances, chance after chance she was giving him, and standing by that decision. Because she's a strong-headed woman. And we were just standing by it. Because Twisha was the best judge of character at one point. And this one time she failed, we failed her as well.
Well, we certainly hope that in your quest for justice, Major Harshit, that you certainly are successful. Certainly the whole nation is watching this case very closely and certainly will be seeing what really how the wheels of justice turn and how soon those who are responsible for this unfortunate turn of events are brought to book. Thank you so much for joining us this evening, Major Harshit.
Thank you. Thank you.